Hi, Facebook Live. I'm Wanda Kay, and I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned about natural pain relief. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, and I'm not a healthcare professional. I don't pretend to be able to advise you on what's going to work best for you. This is just what's worked for me and my family. So my hope is that it will help you as well. Okay, I've researched and used herbs and supplements and health products all of my adult life, and I believe that healing comes in many forms and that we can greatly improve our health by listening to our body's cues and seeking out responsible health care and engaging in healthy habits. Okay, so one of the ways I do that is by respecting that we're not here by accident and that our Creator has many gifts available to us in natural form. So that's my preamble. I know we're building an audience. Hi. And so I just want it clear. I was just saying I want it clear up front. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a healthcare professional. So this is not advice to you personally. This is just me telling you what has worked for me and my family. A little background. My husband was dealing with a lot of pain in his life. He was not into natural remedies or anything like that. He wasn't interested in it, but we finally got to a point where it was affecting every part of our home and our household, and he wasn't getting the sleep or the rest he needed, and he was going through a lot of issues regarding it was changing everything. It was even affecting his eating habits. So we started looking at what might help him. And we came across, we decided to take a two-pronged approach. We decided to use something that would work topically and try to use something that would support naturally internally. So what we found a cream that used three powerful ingredients. And the first is something you probably have already got sitting in your medicine cabinet, or at least someone you know does, and it's witch hazel. Witch hazel is a powerful astringent. It helps reduce swelling, and it also acts as a carrier to help any beneficial things that you apply it with to penetrate. New Zealand greenlip sea mussel extract was the other thing. These are sea mussels that grow off the coast of New Zealand, and the extract from them helps with inflammation. Now, if you've got shellfish allergy, you probably want to exercise caution. Although I do know for a fact there are some people who have shellfish allergy they are able to use this because it's so it's such a natural ingredient. I would just be real cautious. If you have shellfish allergies, you know your body, use some caution. Methylsulfonylmethane, and I probably butchered that one up, but it's also known as MSM. It is helpful in a wide variety of pain and inflammatory conditions that are naturally occurring. It's a naturally occurring plant-based sulfur is what I meant to say. So there are people who can't take any kind of sulfur that it's been produced in a laboratory or a chemistry lab, but naturally occurring plant-based MSM, they don't have a problem with that. So again, listen to your body, pay attention. We found that this topical application of a cream that contained witch hazel, New Zealand greenlip sea mussel, and MSM was powerful. My husband had a frozen shoulder. He wasn't able to lift his arm naturally. He wasn't even able to give me a hug. And I had this stuff, and I said, well, we'll try it. And I truly, truly, truly did not expect it to do anything for him because he was taking some high-powered medications that required us to go every 3 months and have his liver tested to be sure we had not done permanent damage to a major organ in his body. And when that stuff's not touching the pain, you don't expect this to work. But I said, hey, we'll try it. We put it on and I said, let's wait 15 minutes, honey, and see how it works for you. And within a minute or two, within the first minute, he was able to move his shoulder. Within 2 minutes, he was raising his hand above his head for the first time in I don't know when, and I watched him put on a shirt without having to shrug into it, and that floored me. I figured, if nothing else, being skeptical about it would mean that it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work well, because you know how it is when you don't believe something is going to work, it's probably not. We had we did not anticipate to see such a powerful result as that. And I've seen that happen for other people again and again and again. So if you find a cream that has those three main ingredients, New Zealand green lip sea mussel, witch hazel, and MSM in it, it's well worth trying. But we weren't going to stop there because having a topical is not enough. We knew we needed to address some things internally. So we were taking the green lip sea mussel internally, as well as applying it externally for flares. And then turmeric, which if you find something that contains turmeric, it might be listed as curcumin. Some research shows that taking turmeric extracts alone and in combination with other herbs can reduce pain. It can reduce function, and it can improve function, I meant to say, in people with osteoarthritis. And in some research, according to WebMD, turmeric has worked about as well as ibuprofen for reducing osteoarthritis pain. So we threw that in there, as well as bromelain. Now, bromelain I love because you find that in pineapple. As a matter of fact, it helps to digest proteins. If you go out to eat Chinese food and you see that they have chunks of pineapple there on the bar, get some of that and eat it after your meal. It really does help with digestion. But in addition to that, bromelain is a powerful anti-inflammatory with analgesic properties. It is fantastic for acute chronic pain, and it has been found to help a lot of people. So we're taking these things internally, and in addition to everything else my husband was dealing with, he found that he had that sharp pins and needles pain. It feels like if you've had a hand or a foot fall asleep, but it comes with a lot of stabbing pain. It's very painful. He used to wake up in the middle of the night, and I'd hear him just crying out in pain as a result of it. So he was having some nerve pain from some nerves being impinged, and he just wasn't getting the circulation that he needed. When your body is in a lot of stress, it starts to protect your major organs. So the circulation is concentrated towards those major organs, and your peripherals, your fingers, toes, and arms and legs can sometimes not get the circulation they need. So we added in alpha lipoic acid. It is a powerful antioxidant. It helps support that blood flow to nerves, and it also seems to prevent certain kinds of cell damage in the body and can restore some vitamin levels such as vitamin E and vitamin C. There is some evidence that it can also help improve function and the conduction of neurons in diabetes. So a good all-round addition was the ALA, or alpha lipoic acid. We tossed that in there. And then we added in ALC, or acetyl L-carnitine. I may have butchered that pronunciation. I'm sorry if I did. But that helps the body produce more energy, and it's important for heart and brain function, as well as muscle movement and many other body processes. And we felt like that was important because my husband was dealing with just the emotion of not being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, and feeling like you're always having to let your body dictate what you can do, where you can go, and what you can do. It has an emotional effect. So having that additional support for energy, heart and brain function, and all of that was important to us. So we added in that ALC. Some other things that we added in dealing with nerve and other pain, we added horse chestnut and butcher's broom. Now, these both support healthy circulation in different ways, but we felt like it was very important. You know, when you're having nerve pain, that means that not only is the circulation not getting to those nerves, but they're not getting the nutrients that they need. Hi, Jeff. But they're not getting the nutrients that they need because the circulation's not getting to them. So we added in butcher's broom and horse chestnut to be sure that the circulation was getting there so that the blood flow could carry the nutrients that he needed to those extremities. We also found that some pain sensitivities are caused by some deficiencies. If you are low in vitamin B and your omegas and your magnesium, that can increase pain sensitivity, and it can make things a little rougher for you. So we made sure that he was good on all of those. And we found an amazing omega that is plant-based, so it's not damaging the environment. No fishy burps for him, and because it's plant-based and comes naturally packaged, he's getting a full spectrum, in the ratios that he needs. And that's always been a concern with omegas for people. So we were blessed to find a plant-based omega that gave him what he needed, and he's not dealing with the fishy burps that come with if you're trying to take it with the fish oil. Zinc was another thing we added in. It helps with blood sugar control and nerve pain. And my personal theory on that is when your body isn't dealing with the highs and lows of blood sugar going up and down throughout the day, that this is normal course of blood sugar up and down. It's not diabetic, but just, normally if you're not eating as you should, you've got a lot of stress, that can affect your blood sugar. And to keep it within healthy levels, the zinc helps support that. So that's what we found helped us. And let me tell you, he went from, we really thought we were going to have to put him in the hospital to get nutrition therapy and a whole bunch of other stuff. We were looking at surgery, a lot of big stuff and scary stuff. And he went from taking like bags of medication to now he only has to take a pain reliever occasionally when he has a flare-up. His mobility has greatly increased. The condition he has affects every joint in his body from his neck to his feet. His knees are bone on bone, and even last night he was camping out in our backyard with our 13-year-old. So, you tell me, to go from never sleeping to sleeping solid to getting my husband back, got his smile back, and now he's able to enjoy spending time with our boys and doing all of that. These are things we never ever thought we would have again, and these are the supplements that helped us, or actually these are the ingredients that helped us. If you want to know more about the supplements we use, because my husband was one of those, he did not want to take a whole bunch of stuff all the time. He did not want to be the guy carrying a little satchel of pills around with him. He only has to take about 4 products once a day, and that takes care of all of this. It built up in his system. I will tell you, too, that we didn't think this would work right away. We knew that with chronic conditions like his, that it would take time to build up in his system. So we looked for something that was going to give us a money-back guarantee so that we'd have enough time to try it and see how it worked in his body. And we expected probably 6 months before we would see any difference. And at best, maybe 4 months. 6 weeks if it was extremely good. But I can tell you, within 2 weeks, we knew we were onto something. So if you want to know more about what worked for us and what helped my husband and what gave us back his smile, I'd be glad to share that with you. Feel free to message me. Share this with your friends. If you know somebody who's suffering, hey, these ingredients are powerful and they're something that can help anybody. And I just hope it helps you. Thanks for watching, guys. It's good to see you. Have a blessed day.